everyone, and welcome to Ask Alexa Therapy Facebook Live. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Again, just wanted to check in and see how everybody is doing. Please send any questions to alexas29@aol.com, or please instant message me right now during Facebook Live. I'm so excited because I'm getting so many questions from viewers, and I'll be definitely addressing them tonight. Hi Todd, thank you so much for tuning in. And I just wanted to check in and see how everybody is doing with their goals and how their year is going so far. And I know so many times it can just be so tough. Hi Kathy and Lois, thank you so much for watching. And I know, it's middle of January, almost towards the end of the January, and I wanted just to touch base with everybody and see how everybody is doing. And so many viewers have been writing in, and I wanted to address the goals, fitness, and also mental health, because I think there's so many different aspects. As I usually say on all of my shows, we always have to address it emotionally, physically, and also spiritually. And I think so many different areas of our life need to be addressed when we are expressing what we want as our goals. So let me start out with one of our questions from one of our viewers. I'm never satisfied with my weight. I go up about 10 to 15 pounds every few months. I'm feeling very down about myself. Alexa, what do you recommend for me as a therapist and as a fitness professional? I really wanted to answer this question online tonight because I think it's so important. Because I think so many people sometimes take fitness and mental health and separate them. And so many times we have these goals, especially around New Year's, about losing weight, about getting healthier. And that's great. But I think it's not just the physical actions that we take. It's also the emotional actions that we take, the mental health actions that we take. And so many times our fitness goals and also our physical goals also have a lot of impact on how we feel about ourselves and how we are emotionally. So that's why I really wanted to answer this question. Because so many times I think, we say, we want to eat healthier. We want to lose a couple of pounds. We don't feel comfortable in our own skin or in our own body. And I think we really need to address the different layers of that. And so many times when clients come into my office or virtual health right now, I speak about their sense of self. And what I mean about that is, who are you as your sense of self? How have you built that? How have you developed that? And so many times we haven't been encouraged or been taught on how to build our sense of self or what that really is. And it's not about being selfish. It's not about really identity. Sense of self is who we are in our inner being. And I think it's so important for all of us to be able to really get in touch with that. And that's not something that just happens overnight. It's not something that we all should just know about. And I think so many times we don't understand that. And as a mental health professional, I teach and work with many of my clients saying, it's okay if you don't know who you are or your sense of self. And it's so empowering to be able to start building who you are and defining. And it happens with very small steps. And that's why I think it's so important, especially during this time of the year when fitness goals and health goals and eating healthy and losing weight is really a big part of it, is that we also know that we have to go through those layers of who we are as a person emotionally and how we're feeling. So I always say, let's see, when you look in the mirror, how do you feel about yourself? And I said that before about no judgment. Be careful of the negative monologue and really be able to identify who you are, your positive traits, your strengths, and then also being able to explore the barriers and the blocks that you see throughout your journey in life. And not as a negative, but as stepping stones to keep moving forward. And I think it's so important to be able to embrace these moments and embrace these feelings, not as there's something wrong with us, but as a way of saying, how do we keep moving forward? Hi, Liz, thanks for tuning in. Daniel says, hi, Alexa, I learned to put happiness in front of success instead of the opposite. What a difference. Absolutely, Daniel. That is the most incredible statement. And I'm so happy that you just said that, because I think that's so important. We're not taught what happiness is. And so many times when we see it on television or movies, we think we should just know. We have to learn. It's an everyday choice. It's an everyday way of building and working on that. So I think it's so many times important that we don't beat ourselves up. That's why I talk so many times about knocking out that judgment, knocking out that negative self-talk, because that doesn't have any place in building your sense of self, developing it, and also maintaining it. So in answering this question about, you're gaining weight 10 to 15 pounds every few months and you're not feeling good about yourself. Number one, I would start to say, could you take a personal inventory, journaling about what your mood is like on a daily basis, in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night, and monitor that for about a month. And then also look at your fitness level. How does your mood affect or impact your fitness level and also your motivation? And let's be honest, when we're not feeling good about ourselves, it's hard to be motivated to get out there and exercise, to even feel like there's a purpose. So I think it's important to say, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit down on myself, but that's okay. I can still take that first step. And I think it's about showing up. Even though you might not feel like it's making a difference or there's, what's the purpose of this? It's about showing up and just being there and taking that first step, even if it's for 5 minutes, even if it's for just walking around the block. That is just so important. Set up realistic goals and small steps. As I said before, this is going to be part of your lifestyle. So don't think that you're going to achieve everything in one night. It's a process. It's a day-to-day process. Be kind to yourself and also be good to yourself. Hi, Santa Claus. Thank you so much. And Valerie, I love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I think it's so important as when you're working on fitness goals, but also mental health goals, make sure they're connected. Look at your mood. Look at how you're feeling. Take that personal inventory on how you're functioning and make sure you're good to yourself with self-care. Hi, Lois. Thank you so much. And Jenny, thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, we're all a work in progress. Nothing happens overnight. I know so many times, we get discouraged, or maybe we went out to eat, or we ate something we feel guilty about. It's okay. Get back on the wagon the next day. Get back out there. Do what you need to do, but don't dwell in the negativity. Don't have all or nothing type of mentality. Because I think so many times we say either it's going to be 100% this way, or that's it, I'm not going to be happy with it. So I think it's important that you tell yourself, give yourself that little bit of leniency. We're human. We make mistakes. We sometimes eat a little too much chocolate. And hey, I'm one of those people. I can definitely admit that. Or maybe a couple of more nachos than I'm supposed to. But you know what? It's not about sitting in it and dwelling in it and beating yourself up. There's no need for that. Say, you know what? Okay, tomorrow is a new day. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other and I can move forward. So make sure you're not having black and white type of goals, all or nothing type of goals. Have that middle ground so you can say, okay, let's be realistic. We are going to go out to eat. And you know what? We might have those 2 pieces of Italian bread. We might have another glass of alcohol at dinner. That's okay. But then make sure, okay, then tomorrow I'm going to drink a lot of extra water. Tomorrow, maybe instead of working out for 30 minutes, I'm going to work out for 45 minutes. We really want to make sure you're really making this a lifestyle and you're making it achievable, but also making it enjoyable. So again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ask Alexa Therapy. Check out my website, AskAlexaTherapy.com. And Alexa's show is going to have so many incredible guests coming up. It's been such an exciting year. The new episode will be coming out any day now. And I just want to thank you so much. Oh, I know, Valerie, you know I do love those nachos. I have to admit that. I am a nacho connoisseur. I love nachos and I love salsa. So I always have to make sure I definitely drink a lot of water and do a lot of walking and exercise the next day. Kathy, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. And again, anyone, please send in your questions either to AlexaS29@AOL or send me a message on Facebook, Ask Alexa Therapy, and let us know what you're thinking. Any topics you want me to cover, anything you want. If you want me to mention your name, we can. If not, it can be anonymous. Again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you again next Sunday at 6 o'clock.